All right, so this is Nicholas Hines. I'm doing the tangent problem for my MYP project in geometry. So yeah, let's get right into it. So, question is, or my specific question is, submarine is 50 meters deep and at a 15-degree angle from a warship. The diagram above demonstrates the scenario. Calculate the distance a torpedo fired from the ship would have to travel to hit the submarine and at what angle. So that's pretty much asking for this part right here. I need to find this angle, and I also need to find this distance, which is the hypotenuse. Lastly, figure out how far away the submarine is from being directly under the warship, and that is only this bottom part, which is another leg. They've given me one leg, and I've also got one angle. So with tangent, specifically what this is going to help me find, since I'm given one leg and it has nothing to do with the hypotenuse, all I'm using it for is to find the other leg. So all that is, and with tangent equation being tan is equal to leg opposite of one angle, okay, over, sorry, I'm doing this with one hand, so it's a little hard, but over leg adjacent to angle. So with that, all that means is, let me specify it. So that's tan x, leg opposite angle x, and leg adjacent angle x. Okay, and x in this case, all that is what they've given me, which is 15 degrees. So, and I make sure that it's degrees. So then I substitute x to be 15, of course, which is tan 15 degrees is equal to the leg opposite, which is given 50 meters. So 50 over what I'm trying to find. And that is, or leg adjacent to angle x, which is this leg right here, because it's the angle x. So I don't have that. That's a variable in this case. So I'm going to substitute it with y. So if you want, or what I'm going to do, so I can remember, is put y here. So then it's as simple as solving for y. What I like to do is first multiply by y to get rid of it on this side. So it becomes tan 15 degrees times y equals 50. And then easier way to isolate y would be dividing the entire thing by tan 15 degrees. So what that does is that cancels out this tan, leaves me with y equals 50 over tangent 15 degrees. And then that's when I get my old trusty calculator and I do 50 divided by tangent of 15, and it's already in degrees, so that comes out with 186.60. So that tells me y equals 186.60 meters. So that's 1 point of, that's this. So I've already solved for this side. So that makes y 186.60 meters. I'll box it because that's one of the answers. And then if I want to find this hypotenuse, it's simple as Pythagorean theory here, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And a, b are legs, and c is the hypotenuse. So I'll just label this c. So with that, I'll write the formula. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. And a, I'll just choose this leg, is 50. So 50 squared plus b, which is what we just found, this other leg, plus 186.60 squared equals c squared. And of course, some of this I can do in my head, but of course you can do in the calculator. 50 squared I already know is 2,500. Fortunately, I don't know 186.60 squared off the top of my head. So that's when I use my calculator again. pardon me there. Had a little bit of a technical issue there. So as I was saying, fortunately, I do have my calculator here. So all I have to do is put in 186.6 squared to find that legs value squared. That gives me 34,819.56. So that's 34,819.56. And this will tell me c squared. It won't tell me just c, it'll tell me c squared. And we're looking for c. So all I have to do is go back to my calculator and just add those two values up. So that's 2,500 plus 34,819.56. That gives me 37,319.56. So that's 37,319.56 is equal to c squared. And now, if I just want to find c by itself and not c squared, all I have to do is find the square root of both sides. So that's square root of this and square root of that. So this will tell me just c. So all I have to do, go back to my calculator again and go square root 37,319 point, what is that, 56. So that tells me length of just c, which is the hypotenuse, is 193.18. So just fill that in, 3.18. Okay. So that's in meters, of course, sticking to our units. So that tells me c. And let's see up here. So that's 193.18 meters. That tells me all of just the hypotenuse. So then, with that, I've already figured out about half of this triangle. So that's half of it solved, because I figured out all the sides already. So that's one check. And now I have to figure out the angle at which the boat is to the submarine. So to figure this out, I have to use angle addition. And the angle addition postulate for triangles states that all three angles of a triangle will always equal 180 degrees. And I'm given one angle, which is the submarine to the boat. And I'm given the other angle, well, not technically given, but it's pretty much labeled here with this box right here. This is a 90-degree angle. So this is a right triangle. So all I have to do is, since we know one angle is given, so that's 15 degrees. 15 degrees plus, what is that? Oh yeah, that's the 90 degree, which is the right angle. So that's 90 degrees right here, 90 degrees, and plus whatever this angle. And I'm just gonna label it n. So this plus n equals 180 degrees. Always. So all I have to do to figure out what n is solve for it, of course, which is adding like terms first. So that's 105 plus n equals 180. And now all I have to do is subtract 105 from each side. Simple. And that tells me that n is equal to 75 degrees. So then I can just go ahead and put that up here. 75 degrees. Box it too while I'm at it. There we go. I've pretty much solved the entire triangle. I've figured out all the angles with the angle addition right here, what we just did. So I figured out the missing angle is 75 degrees because I'm given 15 and 90. And then I went ahead and, in terms of sides, I used the opposite side that was given to me to find the adjacent side, thus being tangent, of course. So that told me this side right here. So once I had both legs at my use, I was able to find the hypotenuse with the Pythagorean theorem. So I used leg 1, leg 2, A and B, squared both, and figured out that gave me c squared. And then once I found that out, I found the square root of both. That told me just what regular c was, not the squared c. And that gave me the hypotenuse. So I had completely figured out this triangle. That's a tangent problem. Thank you.